And good morning, wake up. It's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday. Hope everyone slept like a baby last night. I sure did. And you know what? Everyone's complaining about allergies, so hope everyone feels good today.
I ain't complaining about allergies.
Yes, several are in here. Brad, did you not see his eye? But anyway, it seems to be going around. But this is as warm as it's going to be today, so we've got a little cold front moving in. But headed to the kitchen right now, JC.
Zorro, you want, man, look at that Chick-fil-A, Matthew.
Get him out of the kitchen.
You'd rather have one of those, or some of this homemade canned goods that Gloria's fixing to start training under Marge and Ray Golden over here. Marge, thank you. Chili Challenge coming up tomorrow. Y'all may see some of these shirts around. This really ain't the way they look because I got mine on backwards. Shows up better that way. Zorro, I'll get you something to eat here in just a little bit, so hang on. We got a packed house coming in today. Judge Don Mansell joins us. Tom and Matthew. What's up, Matthew?
Good morning. How are you, Jamie?
I got something we're going to talk about with you in just a second from down Orlando way. Judge, how are you?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Tom?
Morning.
Yeah, way to go. Frank and Tony in here also this morning. Gloria's phone should be working before the show is over at 603-4848. Sorry about that. He's half Rottweiler, you know, as long as you don't pee on somebody's leg. We kind of got it going on here this morning. Parker Griffith joins us later on this morning, too. And late addition, Sheriff Mike Blake will be here in just a little bit, too, with the Rodeo Queen. They got something going on this weekend. Lisa and Alan Coleman will be joining us, too, before the end of the program. And they'll talk about what exciting they've got going on and how they might not be doing a whole lot of business next week. They may be vacationing. But we'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. You're watching Cooper & Company Live. This is Athens in the AM on a Friday morning. Let's get it cranking. As Gloria just told you, it was 66 degrees this morning when I went outside at 2:35 to get my morning newspapers. 66 degrees. So what did I do? You know, all the way around the house. Jumped over the fence and everything. Hey, if you got a swimming pool, I ain't kidding, you better start putting some chlorine in because as warm as it is at night, Tony, that algae going to start a-growing. All right, here's Gloria with the weather because we've already, what did it get to yesterday, 83?
It did, wasn't it? It was just gorgeous outside yesterday. It was. Lots of sunshine, too. But today, 63 degrees out there this morning, and the temperature may keep on dropping. There is a cold front coming in. There's only rain to talk about today as if you're headed toward Marshall County area, Gunnersville, maybe even Coleman area. But right here in Athens and surrounding areas, we're good to go. High temperatures today. I shouldn't say high temperatures. It's going to be 53 for your high today, even though it's dropping since we woke up. Low temperatures tonight at 31. We are going to see 30s for several days, but look at tomorrow. 51 for your high. Look at the rest of the week. There it is right there. Just a couple days in the 30s. And rain next week. 230-4988 gets Tony this morning.
Don, good morning. Didn't know if you knew this. Now, Decatur Daily's got an article on you this morning.
We do.
We'll talk about that a little bit. Got one on you and your opponent. Doesn't mention me. Former opponent.
You're not in the race anymore.
Yeah, I know. I learned my lesson very quickly.
Got out.
Very quickly. Matthew, what's up?
Not much, man. Just selling some chicken this week. So been busy down there. So got the race coming up here in a few weeks. So.
Daytona races this weekend.
Well, the Chick-fil-A 5K.
Yeah, I know
it's not quite a.
And you got a different. You've got a different charity this year.
We do.
We'll talk about that this later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. So it'll be good.
Hey, they got an interesting picture in the USA Today this morning talking about spring breaks coming up, and it's got mouse ears or keggers. You either go to Panama City or you can go to Orlando. Oh, speaking of Orlando, Matthew, this
will be about the same picture.
You just got back from down there.
I did.
Get this. This is in Front Page USA Today this morning. More drivers than ever could soon be paying $5 per gallon of gasoline. It goes on to say right here, Matthew, that down in Orlando, prices near Disney World, get this, $5.89 a gallon.
Oh.
Florida drivers are paying $5.89 a gallon near Disney World, where Chicago, San Francisco, and Los Angeles is $4.85 a gallon. This morning I noticed over at Jiffy Gas had gone up a nickel overnight. I think it was $3.58 or something this morning. But man, that's a lot of money for. Were you walking down there or was you driving?
Well, I wasn't driving. We had a bus and things like that. So I'm sure it's like the airport gas station. You know, it's always a lot more than the normal. So.
What are you supposed to do, Don? Start riding horses? That's what Blakely wants to do.
Bicycle, horse, mule. I don't know. It's tough, you know. And in back, I bought a truck that was diesel some years back because diesel was a lot less.
How'd that go for you?
Not too good.
Yeah.
Now diesel is more than gasoline, so it didn't help out. It didn't work out.
Hey, Matthew, you got a restaurant. Let me ask you if this has ever happened to you. This is in the paper this morning out of Wisconsin. That's not around here. Y'all know we don't have a Denny's restaurant in
Coleman.
We do have
We
it in
don't have one in
Coleman. We don't have one in
Athens.
our area. A man who claimed to be the new manager of the Denny's restaurant in Madison, Wisconsin, walked in with a briefcase, went behind there, cooked himself a cheeseburger and fries, and is now facing charges. How'd that go, Frank? A 52-year-old wearing a tie and carry brief claimed he was sent by Denny's corporate office this week to be the new manager at the restaurant in Madison. The current manager told him he must have the wrong restaurant. He said apparently he had not received the memo about the change. The manager called his supervisors while the guy helped himself to a free meal. Now he's charged with disorderly conduct, drug possession, and possession of an electric weapon. He had an electric weapon. He had a stun gun on it.
Really?
Huh? Had a stun gun.
Never had that one. Never had that one happen.
I've never heard of that happening before. Have you?
No.
No.
I mean, come on. I've got a bunch of stuff here this morning. By the way, I'll just bounce around a little bit. Y'all bear with me. If y'all how was the interstate, Tom, yesterday?
On the way back, it was cleared up and no detour. On the way down, it was.
36,000 tons of rock over there to fix that sinkhole right up the road here on Interstate South. Said that segments of the interstate have already reopened after, but 36,000 tons. That's more than you had to move to build that house out in West Limestone.
It only took them 2 years to do that, too. Really.
All right, and as Gloria just told you, something y'all do not want to hear, Doug, pay attention. Bug season already. Warm winter may draw bugs out by the millions. Already. It's in USA Today
Who
this
counts the
morning.
bugs, Jamie?
One of U.S. bug counters, and U.S. warmest winters years could lead to a bug bonanza over the next few weeks. Beetles, ants, termites, and wasps.
Great.
Everything. They'll be out. Bugs survived the cold, but since it wasn't that cold this year, it was 83 degrees yesterday, they are out. All right. Just a good question for you.
Oh, boy.
You have municipal court once a week. This is in the Decatur Daily this morning.
Okay.
It says in Decatur, a woman apparently was intoxicated when she came to court for a violation of, how's this going, Frank?
Not too good.
For a violation of
Let that
probation
happen.
hearing on an underlying drug charge yesterday. Landed her in jail on a bad day for her and two other women that weren't even related to anything. A second woman fell out, threw a fit, tossed a furniture after she was sentenced to 20 years in prison. A third woman was stunned when a bail bondsman handcuffed her. She was attempting to fill out a form to apply for a court-appointed attorney. So it says here, they all three just wound up having a bad day. Now, anything that ever like happened?
Almost every one of them have happened in the city court, yes. I've had people come in to court drunk. I've had one young lady that fell on the floor and we had to call an ambulance because she was looking at going to jail, and there wasn't anything really wrong with her. They took her to the hospital and then brought her back. But, you know,
It says here,
Goodness.
she says, why am I going to jail? Because your probation was revoked. This is a piece of, then it's got a blank. And then it just says something else. Then she says, they let dope heads go, blank. And then she says, ordered her to hush. And then the other woman was denied parole and sentenced to 20 years. She and her mother passed out in the courtroom.
it's like they didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, I guess. Do people come in thinking they're going to be set free all the time?
I guess it's they think that, but it doesn't happen all the time.
You don't have any pink slips left, do you?
No, well, sometimes, you know, and I've had that I can remember 5 or 6 that actually came in there and they were too drunk to be legally driving the car.
In court?
Oh yeah, and you can, you know, of course you perceive it from the way they're acting and the smell of it and this kind of thing.
Can you have them arrested right there on the spot?
Well,
Yeah, oh yeah. Absolutely.
should.
Yeah, well, most of the time what we do, we have these little pocket alcohol detection devices, and I'll give them an opportunity to do that, and most of the time they're, you know, way higher than what would be legal to drive a car.
How dumb can you be?
Yeah.
So how dumb can dumb criminals be?
And we have people every day that drive to court that they're coming there for driving suspended or revoked, or
But they drive themselves
drive
over.
oh yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
Isn't that an additional charge?
Well, we have these they have surveillance cameras all the way around the building, and the officers that are the bailiffs can sit there and watch these people, you know, when they leave, and they'll walk out and get in the car, and all he does is call the dispatcher and they pick them up and bring them back, you know.
Shh,
and I
tell
tell
them all
them
your
twice
secrets.
or 3 times, don't drive when you leave here, and they'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
I can't imagine me doing that. it's just, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah. All right, let me bring everybody up to date on basketball. By the way, Alabama won big last night down at Arkansas, 79-68. So maybe they're coming on. And don't forget, Athens battles Lee today. And the coach over State, Tefford, won't be playing this time in Hansel today, but he was on the gym floor when they once started in one of the more memorable upsets in Northwest regional history back in 1994. But today at 2 o'clock, Athens will be going against Lee Generals, and they are good too. And also, I got to say, before I get to the West Limestone story, out your way, have y'all seen the guy from Alabama that's got the head made out of him and with the funny face? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
He scares my poet.
Right.
Parker, don't you kick my dog now. Anyway, here's a picture of the Elkmont students at Wallace State yesterday. This is in the News Courier this morning. They're doing that themselves. But I saw this kid with Crimson Chaos. He was on Today's Show this week with his eyes bulged out and a cardboard cutout about that big.
So
All right,
they're taking all
Elkmont
the
rallied
games.
to win in overtime. They won, so they're going to the championship game. Garth Garrett's the coach up there. Elkmont 22-7 advances to face Carbon Hill. And now West Limestone, man, they're doing great. They're 22-9. They've got to come back and I think play Butler, don't they? This weekend. So man,
That's pretty good.
the
yeah.
county teams are doing great. Butler will 23-6 will play West Limestone in the final game Saturday at Wallace State at 5:20 p.m. All right, I got to talk about this little girl here, and this will be the last sports thing. I've been talking all basketball about this Hayden Hamby. Have you heard of her?
Right.
She's a senior at Westmore. Well, they got beat yesterday, so they're out. She's done. She started as a freshman. Here's what the Decatur Daily says about this girl, Don Casey. You and Tom have been keeping up with this. Here are the numbers. In 5 varsity seasons, she scored 4,485 points.
Ooh.
More than I did at New Hope, which ranked
Much
second in
more.
the state's girls basketball history. They only won 7 games in 3 seasons before she started playing ball there.
Wow.
7 games in 3 seasons. She's made the All-State 3 times and a shoe-in for her 4th honor this year. She could also win the state's Miss Basketball Award for the 2nd time, and nobody in history has ever done that.
Good
Wow.
for her.
That's amazing.
Very good.
That's a basketball player.
That is.
So, Matthew, now you know how your Landon is. He may want to...
That's right. We've got goals to shoot for now.
Yeah, I mean, you got something to look forward to.
A record to break.
Yeah, you got plenty to look forward to. Hey, coming up later on in the program this morning, Sheriff Mike Blakely comes in with a rodeo queen. We'll talk with them. Dr. Parker Griffith
Here
running
we
for
go.
Congress, also in here this morning. We'll check in with him. We'll interview Don in just a little. Hey, man, that dog's going to pee on your leg, Sheriff.
Is that your first rodeo? And told you it was raining.
We'll check in with the sheriff in a little bit, too, see what's going on. And Matthew, you got special guests. We'll get them coming up next up here.
Yeah,
Steve.
going to talk about Bridge of Hope, our new benefit for the race this year. So.
Again, when is the race? A lot of people at the gym ask me, because I may want to get
They need
involved.
to sign up now.
August 14th. You can sign up online.
August 14th.
April.
April.
I'm way ahead of myself here. So April 14th. So, but you can sign up online on Active, but you can find it through the Chick-fil-A website. So.
Because last year, as we well know, the tornadoes caused us to have to put it off till July, right?
Right. Yeah, we had to do it July 3rd. So it
But
was
had a great
scheduled for the
crowd.
weekend. Yeah, we started a good crowd. So
Well, we'll take a break on a Friday morning. We got a house full in here. You're watching Cooper and Company Live, Athens in the AM. Y'all, hang on.
And we're back on this Friday morning. Of course, Matthew Kyle with me this morning, and you've brought a guest in with you this morning, Steve. And Steve, what is your last name?
Cundiff.
Kendiff, thank you very much. Bridge of Hope Ministries. Is it
Yes.
Bridge of Hope Ministries?
Adoption Ministries.
Adoption Ministries we're talking about. And if you don't know, the Chick-fil-A race is coming up in April. April when?
April 14th. So it'll be
April
April 14th at 8 a.m. So
Yeah.
hope to have a good crowd out there to run, and so looking forward to it. So,
Last year you had, what, over 500 contestants?
yeah, we had over 500 people sign up, and so I'm hoping for that many this year. Hopefully more. But and last year, even we were kind of surprised with the weather and all, and the way
It turned
played
out beautiful.
So,
It really
yeah.
did. When people sign up, how much is it and what do they get?
Right now it's $20, and they can sign up online at active.com or go to our Chick-fil-A website and find it there. And they'll get a T-shirt, they'll get a race bag, and have their number and some miscellaneous things from some different sponsors. So
It's always fun, and the whole community usually comes out and participates in that too, and we'll be down there for sure. And I hope the weather's as good as it was last year.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have really good weather. And so that day we'll have Purity ice cream and Starbucks. I think Costco's going to bring some things over, so we'll have Chick-fil-A sandwiches after the race. So.
And it's always good to see all the little kids out there too. And if you don't want to run, you don't have to run. You can actually walk. So just participate somehow. But every year you pick a charity. In the past you've done the meningitis for Jessica Elkins, awareness anyway. But this year you're doing Bridge of Hope Adoption Ministries. Why is that so special to you?
Well, for a lot of reasons, for Ann and I, and a lot of people know it, but not everybody. I mean, we about 13 months ago, we started the process of adoption. It's something that we've talked about for a long time, and so we just finally felt like it was the time for us to do that. And as we look, you know, there's lots of people that want to adopt. It's just difficult. It's a long process, and financially it's expensive. And
you know, Brad and I were talking about that this morning. It's so sad when you read so many stories about how many babies are neglected or abused, and it's like there are so many willing couples out there that want to adopt, and it is a difficult process and quite expensive as well. Steve, how long has Bridge of Hope been open?
We began in 2008, and since that time we've been able to, or we established a goal of trying to not only financially help people to overcome that obstacle to bringing their children home for a forever family, but also to just be a resource, as the process is quite lengthy and confusing. And so there were a lot of us who had adopted before previously, and so we wanted to be a resource for folks who just wanted to know, what agency should I go to? How should this process go? And is it normal for it to take years, perhaps? And so we wanted to be able to answer some of those questions for people.
And how do people contact you? How do they apply for certain things? What's the best way for couples to do?
The best way is to go to our website, the bridgeofhopeadoptionministry.com. And from there, it lists, under the contact page, it lists a number of folks who have offered to be a resource for information. In addition, if someone is looking for a financial grant, there is an application there that they can download, mail that in to us here we have a committee that reviews all of those applications and then makes a decision to help those families.
I know that's very important to do it. We've talked a lot here with Matthew about the process, and I'll ask you, and it's like some of these steps are really ridiculous, but it's necessary. You have to go through them.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of things that are necessary in the process, and some of the steps are redundant, and you seem to do the same things and don't make sense. But what you're doing basically is proving, I mean, with an international adoption, is proving yourself to two different governments that you're able to adopt. And while some of it doesn't make sense exactly, they do, you know, for the most part, have the best interest of the child, because they have to protect the children and make sure that they're putting them into good homes. So it is a lengthy process, but.
Steve, where are the children coming from?
That's a great question. Like I said, the group that formed Bridge of Hope, we all adopted from various countries, some domestically, some internationally. My wife and I had adopted from China, and so we were passionate about China. Others have adopted domestically, and so the folks that we've helped through Bridge of Hope have been here in town. There have been a number of folks outside of this community who have found us on the website, or who were friends of people here in town, and they said call them and ask for help, and so we're glad to do that.
What's the most satisfying time for you when you see a couple that you've helped?
Well, certainly knowing that these children need a home, and to have a few dollars stand in the way of that child leaving an orphanage or leaving a country where they may not have the opportunities that we can offer them here. Certainly our main focus is to put Christian families with these children, and so, you know, that's our goal. So it is very rewarding.
Can you give a price or a roundabout price, or does it vary?
Yes, international adoptions are more expensive usually. They can be anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000, maybe $40,000, including travel expenses. Domestic adoptions can be anywhere from, you know, maybe a few $100s even, all the way up to multiple thousands. We helped a family here in town. She was a grandmother, and she was wanting to adopt her grandchild because the parents were out of the picture for whatever reason. And we were able to be a resource there, and that was just pay an attorney's fee.
So that's a possibility. If there's
Absolutely.
anyone that wants to adopt someone in the family, they can contact you as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, great information. Great. All right. Well, one thing I do want to say, I know I'm so excited to keep up with your story and see the pictures of the little girl that you're going to get. And again, her name is going to be what? Her name is what?
Her name is Addie. So hopefully,
Okay.
if everything works out in the middle of next month, we'll be in China and bring her home. So.
And the beauty of that too is you get to take your whole family to China for a couple of weeks to experience her lifestyle over there.
Right, yeah. Landon and Lindsay are going to go, so we'll take a couple weeks out of school, and so it'll be a good experience. So they'll get to learn a lot and see where she's from and all of that. So
You know we're going to make you bring that little beautiful girl up here when you get her.
we will. We'll have her here one day. We'll definitely bring her up here. So
Good.
But yeah, people. We'll try to make it accessible so people can follow along. So we'll get some of
Great.
that info to you
All
later.
right. Well, congratulations to you and Ann and all of them. And thank you for coming
Thank
up.
you.
Very
Sure.
good
Thank you.
information. Hope that helps a lot of folks out there. If you're thinking about adoption, give them a call. If you didn't have an opportunity to write down that website address.
BridgeofHopeAdoptionMinistry.com.
All right, great. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We have a house full. We'll be right back.
And to think, I was running for probate judge.
What were you thinking?
Yeah, hey, thanks for the great dental appointment down there yesterday.
That's
You
right.
weren't
You guys
there.
had a
He
good
was
time.
there.
We
On
did.
Thursdays, I go in at 10 and work until 7, so.
Oh, that's right. Y'all 7 to 7.
birds.
Split shift.
7 to 7 down there on man, what's up with y'all's
What's going
business?
on?
Everywhere I go, people are coming to the Coleman Dental. Besides your great advertising campaign.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
come on, Dr. Coleman. When you,
Busy.
huh?
We're busy, growing.
No kidding.
Getting ready to open our second location probably 1st of June.
I know it's coming up good down there. They're already
is.
getting everything done. So that'll be Limestone Smiles, right?
Limestone Smiles.
Now, will you have totally new people working there, or will y'all be over there some? How's this going to work?
Dr. Coleman will be at Limestone Smiles one day a week. We have a couple of new dentists that'll be joining us,
Super.
so they'll be there
Now,
full time.
And
next
staying open in their current location.
Yes,
yeah, that's the
staying
big
there.
issue.
That's a big
Next week, you
question.
guys are closed for a few days, right?
we are.
You treat your loyal employees to a fantastic vacation or
Well, they
something.
deserve it. Oh my gosh, they work so hard.
Y'all are
That's
amazing.
the friendliest bunch I've ever been around
Thank
down
you.
there.
Thank you.
Alan, what is this device you've brung us this morning?
This is Dr. Quick Look. This is a new camera so we can kind of show patients immediately what's in their
Hold it up a little bit, Dr.
Yeah,
Coleman.
that-
Hey, can I borrow that thing?
No.
Y'all gonna be gone this weekend? Wait a minute, that's got a little camera on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
So
So it
Let me try that.
It magnifies the two,
not
so
kidding me.
the patient can see what we see.
Man, where do you get one of these? Hey, look,
No.
and you do,
Yeah.
let's see.
Goofy.
yeah,
Look like a smiling jackass. What it looks like. That's pretty neat.
Yep.
Man,
yes.
Do some patients
Dr.
really want to
Quick Look,
see
no
what's
kidding.
in their mouth
Yeah, I
and see
mean,
how
when
bad it
you're-
is? Stop it.
oh, I'm afraid it's got more uses.
You're not right. That's pretty
Picture's
cool.
a lot easier to show people what's going on in their mouths.
Yeah.
Hey, I know y'all do everything down there, anything, but, and I've probably asked you this 1,000 times before, but what can you attribute mainly to the growth that y'all have had? And it's been tremendous the last 4 or 5 years.
We got a great team. It's a family atmosphere. We try to make it fun. I think, happy people want to be around happy people, and
That is
we're
so
serious
true.
about our professional services, but at the same time, we want it to be a fun place to come. We try to treat everybody like they're a member of our family.
Well, everybody knows you.
Yesterday, yeah, they sure do, and the whole staff too. Yesterday, I was talking to someone, and they were like, I've been going to the same dentist forever. I'm on the verge of switching dentists, which I'm always saying Coleman Dental, Coleman Dental. But he had a very unpleasant experience. He's been going there, usually gets the same hygienist that does their teeth, which I enjoyed that too, because you get to know them, they know what you're scared of or whatever. So he stayed in the chair about 20 minutes. The dentist never came in, and that's something I noticed yesterday when we were there. You came in immediately. I mean, you guys are like clockwork.
Well, we try to stay on time. Time management's a big deal.
I think Lisa's in charge of that, isn't she?
Everybody's
There's always a Lisa in charge of it.
Lisa's walking that hall. If you know our office, it's a big circle. We have rooms on each
You know,
side, and either Lisa or Robin or
Hey,
Mackenzie.
the whole time we've been sitting here, you've not noticed that I have my shirt on backwards. See, there's the tag.
Look at you.
I just did that where y'all could know
Did you
Chili
dress
Challenge coming
yourself
up
today?
tomorrow.
Yes,
Don't
he
forget,
dressed
We'll all
himself
be
today.
there, shoot video of it, running it next week. What'd you say?
Did you dress? She said, "Did you dress yourself today?"
I always
One
do.
of our children used to do that when they were little.
All right,
My
Al,
child
Lisa
still
Coleman,
does.
keeping us posted up here with us every Friday.
And this award is from?
Oh, yeah, the
Don't
Best in
forget.
Business Award.
Yeah, Service Select.
Congratulations.
Second year in a row, we were nominated and selected best in our industry.
All right.
I understand they had a little trouble finding you, but once they did, everything
Once
went
they
great.
did, everything was fabulous.
It was great.
Congratulations on the award, because y'all are
Thank
the
you.
best dentists in the
No
world.
doubt.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have fun. We'll see y'all next week
Yes,
upon your
sir.
return. Thanks for inviting me, even though I said I couldn't go. I had to help with the Mansell
Way to
campaign.
go.
Huh?
Way to go. I could have gone without you.
Come on, Gloria.
Is that still available?
Then I'd have to take a shower by myself.
That's right.
That was our dear Abby.
Let's not go there today. Go on, go
It
on,
was
go
good.
on. Time to
Hey.
go.
All right, thank y'all for getting up with us. We'll see y'all bright and early Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. Country Rovers on Monday. Chili Challenge tomorrow. We'll be all
be
down
there.
there. See y'all.
Bye.
Folks, if saving money is on your mind, then you're in luck, because Eddie Pruitt Ford is right now the place to be, where we've got a gigantic fall clearance sale going on all program cars, used cars, any pre-owned car or truck in stock. We've got them, and we've got the best selection we've had in months. So if you want to save a lot of money on the used car, used truck of your dreams, you can do it right here. Eddie Pruitt Ford, great selection of best prices. Eddie Pruitt Ford, you come see us right here in Hartsville.
Looking to buy or sell a piece of real estate? Then contact Greg Crow of AAA Realty and Auction in downtown Athens. From the Tennessee River to limestone land and homes, call Greg Crow of AAA Realty and Auction, where you always get hometown service.
Now.
On today's episode of Aqua Kids,
all about oysters.
Hey kids, welcome to Aqua Kids Adventures.